So we are energy. And if you've had a genuine glimpse of truth, a recognition of that which you are, for many, and definitely for me, all the energies started to change and shift. So all the constructs and ideas and the map of me, the idea of me that I held so dearly in me starts to fall away. And the intelligence that is us starts to expose all these energetic structures that we accumulate from birth. So a psychological, emotional, the conditioning, the programming, they're all energetics that feel real to us, the beliefs that we then create around them. And I think this particular upload is about the desperate attempt to hold on to things. And yet, once you've had a genuine glimpse of truth, you may be finding that you can't hold on to anything, and that you'll have to go through cycles, perhaps, of meeting the resistance to letting go, and then to fall into trust of this intelligence that is calling you home. So, for example, I'd had my first glimpse of truth, and I still was trying to create businesses. And one example of these drives falling away was I'd worked hard on creating these cosmetic products. And one day I took them upstairs and put them on the floor. And I just looked down at them, and it was like all of the energy that was invested in this project just fell away. It just completely left me. I was stunned. But I couldn't muster up any energy for that particular project. But that wasn't the end of it. I had to keep trying and trying and trying to develop something that was from the separate self, really, from a place of identity. I had to create something that was another identity for me. And then a few years went by, and I started to realize that there was something happening. There was a seeming process taking place, where the light of consciousness has illuminated that which that's no longer needed. It's just not needed anymore. But I couldn't see it because I couldn't trust that it wasn't needed. What was going to take its place? And then I found that I could let go of things with ease and trust more, because the energy that was invested in trying to make it, I started again, the beauty of the intelligence shows you so clearly where your energies are coming from. It might take some time. It might mean that you've got to keep revisiting, you have to keep going through that process to allow yourself to trust. And I was fearful of what was, that this void would be created and what was going to, you know, replace it. And I had to trust that nothing might replace it. There might not be anything. So there was something bigger happening that I needed to fall into. And one of the marker signs that all was okay was a sense of relief. Did I feel relief? So the things that were still bringing me joy, I didn't feel relieved afterwards. I'd finished that particular thing. But funnily enough, the last creative endeavour that I had was I've always enjoyed making greetings cards. And then all of a sudden, I didn't want to do it anymore. But I thoroughly enjoyed them, and I thought, you know, I don't feel relieved when I finish. But then one day, literally just left. And I didn't mind, I didn't care, I surrendered to it, it wasn't a problem, I could let go of it. So it's a natural part of the deconstruction of certainly how I held my life together, the idea of me and all my beliefs. So it was naturally deconstructing and falling away. And the message really in all of that was trusting the process that's unfolding.